So it's been some tough astrology I've been made aware of, and honestly, I've been feeling it. I don't know, it feels kind of dark. So I've been trying to take time to myself or whatever, and I highly encourage those that feel this energy greatly to take time out for yourselves as well. Yeah, sometimes you may need to just sit by yourself and just relax, even in silence. But anyway, I think I want to come on here and basically give an advice portion reading to the collective on this time. Cause heck, I may do like 3 groups of advice. So take what resonates and leave the rest for those that need it. So, can I get advice for the collective during this time? That's just for the first set of people. I guess in general. Can I get advice in general for the collective at this time? Can I get advice for the collective in general at this time? Can I get advice for the collective in general this time? Just for this time that's going on right now, because, yeah. Can I get advice for the collective in general this time? Shuffles. Can I get advice for the collective in general at this time? And one more shuffle. Alright, so what is the advice for the collective at this time? What is the advice for the collective at this time? Probably need to take action on something. Get out of contemplation mode. What is the advice for the collective at this time? You're probably not committed to something that you once thought was stable in nature. I pulled the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles reverses at the bottom of the deck. So I do see that probably you are no longer committed to something. Yeah, you're putting it into something from what I see, just based off what I see right now. What is the advice for the collective at this time? Yeah. Oh, it seems like I'm really reading for the collective. Rest up, and make that decision. It seems as though you're making a decision or you're unable to make a decision at this time. You got the Judgment card in reverse, so it seems as though it is a good time to just possibly rest and retreat. Let's see. What's the advice for the collective at this time? What's the advice for the collective at this time? What fulfill? Oh, there's there's some dark desires that is being presented at this time. And the Devil and the Nine of Cups came up upright. So there might be some overindulgence that is transpiring at this time. Or try not to overindulge in things at this time. Because while the Nine of Cups does represent wish fulfillment, it can represent being selfish, possibly, or being overindulgent in drugs, alcohol. But it does seem as though there's some dark energy surrounding this particular thing. Be aware of addictions at this time. Try not to fall into addiction, because it does seem to come up strongly here. Now there is the Justice card in the upright position, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, keep that in mind. Why is the Hierophant here for the advice for the collective? It seems as though you're committed to, you may find yourself committed to something that is long-term and stable. possibly a relationship, because I did get the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So it does seem as though you may commit to someone or come into a commitment with someone at this time. Doesn't necessarily have to be. You can be making a commitment to yourself at this time and focusing on yourself at this time and focusing on building long-term stability for yourself. What's the Four of Swords here for advice for the collective? What's the Four of Swords here for the advice for the collective? Why is the Four of Swords here for the advice for the collective? I keep seeing Justice card pop up, wanting to make appearance. I also think you're no longer in denial about something, collective. And I think you're resting your sword just so justice can take its place. Sometimes we do need to take things out of our own hands and allow things to just, allow the chips to fall where they lay. There may be, at this time, I do want to highly encourage, because I keep seeing this, like, do not fall into addiction at this time, because while it may be a temporary solution to your problems, I highly, like, it's still going to be there. The problem's still going to be there. It's just going to numb it and delay the process of actually healing. And while dealing with painful situations in general is uncomfortable, it is good to just allow those feelings to flow out of you how they are, and don't try to numb the pain, because it is pain. Like, the energy does seem painful and sad, not gonna lie. Now, I do see there is possibly a connection you're no longer happy about. Okay, I'm getting another story. Is that you probably was in a connection that you thought had long-term potential, but then, like, something that you once thought was a rich fulfillment, but it then turned toxic. And now it seems as though you're no longer happy about that connection. So the Four of Swords is upright and the Justice reversed. So it seems as though you're just going to allow fate to do its thing. Allow karma to do its thing. That's another potential story. Why did the Sun and the Two of Cups come? It may be coming as a, like, it seems as though you're getting out of a, like, you're getting out of something. You're possibly getting out of a connection that you once thought was long term. I do see that here. And it disappointed you. Like, it disappointed you greatly. What's the Sun and the Sun reverse and the Two of Cups here? Ooh, oh my God. Oh my God. Why is the Two of Cups and the Sun reverse here? Why the Two of Cups and the Sun reverse here? You no longer come together with somebody because it just brings you a lot of disappointment. And possibly this pain that you are experiencing from possibly a connection that is no longer healthy. It may drive you to drink, or it may drive you to, like, you know, try to numb the pain, because I do see heavy disappointment here in the energy of the collective. So, because something's just not coming together the way that you thought. And yeah, try not to, like, if I had to say this, rest your sword, rest, relax, try to get time to yourself, even when it's in silence. It doesn't necessarily matter. Allow yourself to allow the scales to balance out on their own. Allow karma to do its thing. Allow things to just pan out how they are. Because it does seem as though a lot of things right now is out of our control, whether we like to admit that or not. And even hell, even I have to remind myself, like, I can't predict every fucking thing. Like, I cannot, like, if I was able to predict everything, why the fuck am I here on earth? Like, I'm here to learn and, you know, become a better version of myself daily. So sometimes, like, you know, we don't understand at times what's the purpose of things, but over time you will then see what is the purpose of those things that is transpiring. I do get heavily like, just rest your sword, rest your soul, just allow the universe, the angels, God, to do what it needs to do at this time. And try not to put yourself in a toxic situation or overindulge in substances just to numb the pain at this time. Also, if you feel like, you know, you cannot be by yourself at this time, try to find like a confidant. Try to find someone you can lean on that is actually a healthy source for you to lean on versus turn into substances or toxic tendencies or addictions to help try and numb the pain that you're currently going through. One more card for the Four of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Rest your burdens. Rest your burdens. Rest your burdens. But I'm also getting like, you know, if you have to, you know, find someone you can actually confide in. Because I did get the Hermit reverse. Sometimes, like, you know, something to help you balance out your energies. Now, like I said, this does look like a drinking thing. I don't know why I keep picking up on drinking or some type of indulgence. But please be wary of that energy and try not to, like, just keep, if you have to keep something in mind, I'm going to keep reintegrating. I don't care if I sound like a broken record. But just know, turning to those substances will temporarily numb it, but it won't necessarily get rid of it. If you have a therapist, if you have confidant, something to help you, like, please be sure to not allow yourself to fall victim to those thoughts or those tendencies at this time. If something's burdening you, lay your burdens to rest. Lay your burdens to rest. Allow karma to do its thing. Allow the scales to pass. Yeah. Let's see. Master Hierophant being clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. It seemed like something really got you out of your emotional energy, like your balance. Your emotions probably may not be balanced at this time. And it's sad. It's really sad. And it seems as though you're fighting the urge to, like, you know, you're fighting your emotions. And you wanted to, it seems as though you're fighting your emotions. Grieve. Let it out. Allow yourself to feel. Get it out your system. Because just letting it sit there is not going to go away until you actually face it. Allow yourself to get that out of your system. Because if you don't, it's going to start showing up in different ways of your life. And you don't want that to happen. Because, funny enough, the stuff that you try to avoid, be the main things that you probably need to, like, look into. And a lot of people, I don't know why people tend to think that smothering their emotions is the answer to their problems. A lot of people are tending to lack empathy at this time. And not a lot. There are still some people that hold empathy for others. But just based off, it's like, you know, emotions are so looked down upon because it's painful to deal with. But what people fail to realize, those very emotions are those emotions that need to be released and reviewed. examine, why do I feel this way? Why is it, am I examining things the way I need to examine it? Do I need to allow myself to it just like examine those feelings? Why are you feeling this way? Try to get to the bottom of it. If you have to, write it down. If you have to, like, talk to yourself or do a voice recording, get it out your system in some way, shape, or form so it don't keep reappearing. Stop fighting it. Lay your burdens to rest. Allow karma, the universe, God, angels to do the work. What you mainly need to focus on is your emotional well-being at this time. Why is the devil in the Nine of Cups here? Why is the devil in the Nine of Cups here? Something's ending, collective. Something's ending in your life, but there is hope. There is optimism. There is something to look forward to. Hold hope in this. Do not, when something ends, don't turn to don't allow yourself to fall deeper into that hole, but instead turn to hope. Turn to looking forward to something, because it seems as though something is getting removed from your life in order to make room for something else that is way more better and way more favorable for you. So keep looking forward to that. Clarifying the devil, the Nine of Cups is, and the Nine of Cups is the Death card. You're putting an end to something. Like something's coming to an end. Whatever that is, something's coming to the end. But I keep getting, lay your burdens to rest. Lay your burdens to rest. One more card for the advice for the collective, please. Three of Wands. Seven of Cups. Stop thinking that there's nothing to look forward to. Your options are limitless. There is something to look forward to. Why is the Three of Wands reversed? You may feel at this time like, you know, with the things that are going on, yeah, release thinking that things are not going to change. Release thinking that. Is the Three of Wands reverse? One more card for the Three of Wands reverse. I did see the Chariot card. Move forward from that. Okay. Yeah, there's hope. There's hope, you guys. Try to believe that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Lay your burdens to rest. Even though, like, it's a weird time at this time, just allow things to come together, or like allow things to simmer out. And that's what I get. Hopefully I made sense. I felt the need to just at least post a video about things that are happening in the collective at this time. So yeah, let me just like pull one more card, like for the primary energies like something to just wrap this up in a nice little bow. So what is the primary energies? Like just one card to sum up this reading. What is something I can leave off for? Have hope, you guys. This literally fell out. Be in your power. Have hope. Believe that there's something. Believe that there's a star in the sky for you to follow and for you to actually feel reborn again, feel alive, feel powerful. This is a powerful message to leave off on. This literally is a good card. So lay your burdens to rest, collective. And I have hope that things will turn out the way that they need to turn out. And probably way better than what you expected it to. Because things are shifting in a way where you probably may not see it yet, but it's getting there. Oh my gosh, this is so powerful. This like, I like this. I like how this ended out. So yeah, you guys, I will see you guys next time, and thank you for listening to my little spiel. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.